What is good, everybody? Alrighty, so I wanted to do a quick video. I know a couple of people have hit me up, wanted to know, well, how can I get started mining? What can I do? How can I get involved in it? And quite simply, if you have a graphics card, you can do it from your computer. Obviously, you got to do it from a Windows computer. You can't do it on a Mac. And what I'm going to do is I actually have my Windows computer right next to me. So I'm going to attempt to do this. I have never done this before, so we're going to see how it works. But I've got myself and I've got my Windows computer on this call. I'm going to share the screen and jump over there and see if I can talk you through it. So the very first thing, right, when we come into mining, and I'll drop all these links down below, but the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come over to, it's called whattomine.com. And essentially that's going to be, well, what exactly are we going to mine? How are we going to do this? Because there's so many coins that you can mine with a GPU. Of course, Ethereum, which has the biggest hash rate out there, but you've got some up and coming, more profitable coins, in my opinion, like Flux, and you've got Raven coin that's really moving. So with that, let's dive into it. So depending on what kind of, let me sign into this because I just cleared my cache. So everything has been logged out. I don't have to sign back in because I cannot deal with this white screen here. All right, here we go. Perfect. All right, let's go dark mode. Okay, cool. So what to mine is it's a really good source to just get a baseline idea of what's going on, right? The first thing is you can see all the different types of cards. You got your AMD and NVIDIA cards. So in this case, let's say that I have a 3060 Ti, right? LHR model, right? And I'm going to click on it. So you can see I've got one now. If I had 4 of those, I'd put 4 in there, but we're just going to go off the one card, right? I've got a 3060 Ti. What is this? It's I had to look real quick. It's an MSI 3060 Ti. I've got so many 3060 Ti's, I lose track. All right, so we've got a 3060 Ti, and off of that, you can see just the algorithms here. All right, ETH hash is going to be your Ethereum based. Some of the other ones, the Autolycos is going to be your Ergo. Zell hash is your Flux. Octopus is like Conflux. Kapow is your Raven coin. ProgPow is like your Zero. Firepow, which is Firo. You've got all these different types, and the algorithms themselves, do their thing. So I'm not going to go into too much. You can do a lot of just Google and YouTube based searches, and you'll find exactly, what's going on with all that. But the key here is, depending on the card, you can come in here and you can do a customization on the card itself. So like when I come over to custom, you can see I've got all the cards that I personally own. I've gone out there and I've, based off of the hash rates and everything that I've done, I can throw in there and it gives me more of a better idea. So currently right now on a 3060 Ti, I'm getting about 46 mega hash using about 130 watts of power. And all of these that are filled in are based off of what I have done just on like hash rate testing. All right. So in a nutshell, I'm going to click on the 3060 Ti. I'm going to hit calculate. And you have a couple options, right? You can sort by profitability in the last 24 hours, or I typically do it in the last 3 days, just to kind of give me an idea of what's going on. And then my current power consumption is 10 cents a kilowatt. All right. Obviously, you'd want to put that in to give you the best idea of after power profits. So hit calculate, and you're going to see here, right? What is the most profitable, right? So Ethereum currently right now, most profitable, making $2.23 a day for me, $1.92 after power. All right. And then I can go over to BitTube Cash, which is number 2. You have Zero, number 3, Flux coming in, tied for number 3, Conflux, Rio, and so forth. Right. You can see all of this that's going on here. Now, what we'll do is, we'll set up for Flux, right? Because I really like Flux. I'll show you how to essentially, and what I do for Flux, you're going to be able to do for every other coin, just like this. Okay. So the first thing is we're going to come over and we're going to dive into pull up now because we want to do Flux, right? And now we need to figure out what pool do we want to mine to, right? So when I come over to crypto mining, I've got it labeled here. Where is miner stats? All right, well, there we go, mining pool stats. So you go to miningpoolstats.stream, right? And this is where you can find essentially every coin that's mineable. You come over here and type in Flux, all right? And we click on it. And the next thing now, this is every pool that is out there for GPU mining, all right? You can see minerpool.org controls 50.1% of the known hash rate. And I'll be honest, I mine to Minerpool just because of the rewards that they give, like the parallel assets and all that. There's a couple of other pools that do that. Hero miners, you can see right here, parallel assets. You could see minerpool.org on the solo side. I'm currently solo mining Flux. So I mean, this is something that I like with Flux. They all pay out these parallel assets, which you can look up again on Google. It's just added bonus. So let's go with Minerpool, okay? Because this is who I mine to. And you click on Minerpool, right? Let's open it up. And it brings you to Minerpool's website, okay? And it's pretty simple. It's talking about, $75 or 75 Flux is the block reward. It's got all the stats in there. And what you would need to do is, obviously, the first thing you need to do is you need to get a wallet, right? So let's click on wallet. And the go-to wallet for Flux is Zelcore, okay, is Zelcore. So what you would do is you'd come over here and you would download the Zelcore wallet, all right? You can see that I've got mine already here. All right, I've downloaded it. I use it. It's free. Now there is a paid portion of it if you want to use it for some other more, some more other thing. There's definitely other things in the Zelcore wallet you can use. I just use it as a Flux in a Raptorium wallet. Okay, so once you get your wallet set up, it's just like anything. You'll set a password. You'll get your. You can do a couple of ways. You can do it with a authenticator. You can do it with the 12 phrase key. There's a couple ways that you can set up the security on it. But now once you have that set up, right, get your wallet. So we come back over here to the pool, right? And there's two ways to do it. Obviously, if you are just a single man, one person GPU in your Windows computer, you're probably going to just want to set it up for mining on Windows, right? And it's probably one of the easiest things to do. So you're going to come over here to connect, right? Come to connect. And depending on where you are in the world, are you in Europe, the US, or Asia, right? So ideally I'm in North America, I'm in the United States. And from here, okay, it gives you three options, right? You have three types of miners. You have G miner, which gives AMD and NVIDIA cards, Mini Z for just NVIDIA cards, and then LOL miner for AMD and NVIDIA cards. Now, every coin has different miners that give you probably just an added edge in your hash rate. Okay, I can tell you, like on Ethereum, right? On Ethereum and Raven coin, I personally use T-Rex miner for all of my NVIDIA coins, all of my NVIDIA GPUs. T-Rex really, especially on LHR cards, has come out and they've given you an extra like 2.5 hash rate, which is, hash rate's everything. Lower power consumption, higher hash rate equals more profits. So what we're going to set up here is we're going to do it on Gminer. All right. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you over to the Windows computer. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing from here. I'm going to jump over to the Windows computer and we'll go from there. Okay. So let me see how this works. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. So let's see how that's going. All right, perfect. Okay, so we have my Windows computer here. There's a couple things that you have to download, right? So when we come over and let's open up Google. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need MSI Afterburner, okay? And go on YouTube. There's tons of different videos on how to use MSI Afterburner. Okay, if you're a gamer, if you play games on, that's probably why you got your GPU. You probably already have that. So download Afterburner, okay, install it, and you're good to go with it, right? You can see mine is sitting right over here. Okay, so after MSI Afterburner, now what we have to do is we have to come back over to Miner Pool, right? So let's go back over to Miner Pool. There we go. Okay, so we're over here at minerpool.org, which is the pool that I use. And let's come over to Flux, right? So let's go over to Flux, and we're at the Flux pool, all right? And again, we're going to come to connect. I'm in the US, so depending on wherever you are, and I'm going to use Gminer, okay? If you're going to use Mini Z, if you're going to use LOL, all you have to do is click and download that actual miner, right? So go ahead and download the miner, right? So you're going to come over here. This is the bitcointalk.org. On Gminer, all you're going to do is scroll all the way down. And right over here, what you want to do is you want to go to the GitHub site, right? GitHub is the official where the Gminer releases happen. So you're going to click on that. And from there, you can see releases right here on the right-hand side. So come over here to releases. Perfect. Okay, we come over here to releases and give me a second here. Perfect. And then this is the latest one, right? This is our latest one. You know, it came out actually last month. It came out. So all you're going to do if you're running it on Linux, go ahead and download on Linux. And if not, Windows right here. So go ahead and just download the Windows zip file. You're going to go ahead then after it is ready to go. You're going to, you can see right here. Hold on, let's see. There we go. Okay. So once it's downloaded, just go ahead and unzip it. So we'll extract it, just go right to my download section. Boom, we're there. You're then going to come over here and now you can see, right? We'll make it big. You can see these are all of the different coins that you're going to mine on that exact on that Gminer program. The Zcash one is actually Flux. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to edit it, and Windows is automatically going to pop up. My suggestion: go into your Windows Defender, and what I ended up doing is bear with me here. You're going to run it anyway, okay? And this is exactly what it looks like, right? This is the actual feed. So I'm going to walk you through it. But one of the things, just from a security reason, what I like to do is I created a folder. You can see right here on my desktop, mining programs, right? So these are, I got Gminer and T-Rex miner on here. What I ended up doing, just go into your security settings, and I created, you know, off of this folder, anything in this mining programs folder, to go ahead and you know, not take any action on, because otherwise it thinks for some reason it's a virus of some sort, and it's gonna add a lot of difficulties for you. So anyway, come over here to Gminer, all right, and what I did was that Zel hash, I just renamed it to Flux. You can rename any of these, okay? And when you come over to Flux, right, this is the bat file. So when you come over to Flux, you're going to edit it. And coming back over to what Minerpool has exactly what you need to do, right? So let's bring this over. We're just going to shrink it down. We're going to have this come back out here to the upside. There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do here is you need to just copy and paste, right? You can see you're going to copy this entire thing right here. Okay. Copy every line. And the only thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to change your password, right? So add in where it says user wallet, add in your wallet address from your Zelco wallet. Okay. Name your worker name. So this is the Winter Soldier rig, right? They're all Avengers for me. My son likes the Avengers. And then put in whatever password you want to do under, your password. Okay. So here's a password I just threw in there. All right. Throw a password in and you're good to go. All right. Once that is done, okay. Once that is done, the only other thing that you'll have to do, right, is just save it. So this is exactly how it looks, right? Coming all the way across. I just copied and pasted. The only thing you have to do is after user, just put in your wallet address, name whatever it is, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the exact computer name. It's just whatever the identifier you want to use. And then put after put a password. And the password there is just so that when you log into the pool, that you're able to change, key elements of, like the payouts and stuff like that. All right. So once that's done, just go ahead and exit out, save it. Okay. And then that's it. That is all you have to do to get ready to go mine, to actually mine the coin. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my Flux bat file, double click on it. And here we go. We are actively mining on Flux currently in this system. So it is starting the job. Now, obviously, one of the things that you're going to want to do is now you're going to come over to Msi Afterburner. All right. And this is where you're going to have to tweak around some of the settings in your GPU, because it's not running the most efficient at this key area, right? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start playing around. The first thing I would suggest is the power, just go down in order, right? I start running my power limit. I'll bring it down in 10-point increments. I can tell you on Flux that you're probably going to be somewhere between 50 and 55% is going to be your power limit. So let's just say we come over here, get off of auto, and you're going to put the fan speed up to 100. All right. And just hit OK, right? Get this thing starting to rock and roll. You can see currently right here, my 3060 Ti, temperature is 54, fan speed 100. And I first started out at 7.2 sols at 121 watts. So the efficiency is really crappy. So let's just see, you're going to start to see it actually pick up a little bit here. And again, you can set these core clocks by the profile. You can lock them in for certain key ones. One of the things I do is I have an Excel spreadsheet that I write down all of these after I've done it. Okay. So we'll see what the next sol is going to be. Remember, this came in at 7.6. So we'll see if it picks up. And then, of course, the other thing that we're going to do is we're just going to check in miner pool here to see if we're actually showing up as transmitting. Okay. And we should be. I'm waiting for, so you can see we're picking up to 9 sols on this 3060 Ti. Really should be picking up a whole lot better. Let me start messing with, let's see what. I'm opening up my Excel spreadsheet real quick just to get an idea of what my core clocks are going to be on this 3060 Ti. So let me go over to it real quick, just so I can get an idea. So you can see we're picking it up to 10.2, but I know that we are definitely, let's go to Crypto Farm, and we are hash rate testing. All right, this is the one I want to open. While Excel is opening up real quick, bear with me. I think this may be the first time I'm opening up Excel on this Windows. So I really don't use it for anything other than mining in Hive Os. Now, Hive Os is definitely so much easier to utilize But if you've got a Windows computer that you're using and you need to, use it and mine at the same time, it's a nice way of doing it. Okay. And I might just open up. Yeah, let me just open up over here. Give me a sec. I'll just see what I was using. So we were at 200, 400. So core 200 and okay, so core 200 and 185. So core, I want to come down to plus 200. I'll just type it in. There we go. Oh, here you go. Here's my Excel spreadsheet. So how I do this while this is out, you can see it. We're running the MSI 1060 or 3060 Ti. So right here, this is the 3-fan. And you can see over here, let's see, Flux. So Flux, 54.5 souls at 185 power, 200, 400 on Hive OS. So I need 200 and 800 memory on Windows, right? So 200 and 800, that's what we're going to come over to. So you can start to see that we're going to pick up here in a second. So core clock is 200 and memory 800. There we go. And lock it in. Let's see if we can't pick up this a little bit. So like you said, or you could see we're at nine souls right over here. We're going to start pushing this up a little bit. All right. And this takes a little bit, right? It takes a little bit to really lock in. Every GPU is different. Obviously, you have a starting point on where you can, start to look and kind of ultimately put into. But yeah, this is pretty much it. And you're physically mining. So now what we can do while this is taking its time to come over here and dive in, what we can do is we can actually go into our pool, right? And we can check to see if we are currently mining. So let me go to, I already have my, I'm going to send this over to, from my Mac computer, I'm going to send it over to Windows. We're going to open up over here as soon as it opens up. Here we go. So now we're going to just see if we're actually logging in our, let's see. So this is here's the wallet address. And you can see that we are currently hashing at 14.32 souls. Yep. So it's actually registering. And we'll see. So currently, we'll get these core clocks going up, but currently I'm making 68 cents a day on this, which isn't the greatest. You can see the average though. Average is actually pretty nice. So I was doing about 55.5 on this one test rig. So we'll see. We'll get it going up here in a second. We are currently, I don't know why she's not picking up here. Let's see if we can't get a little more going here. And this is it. And this is pretty much it. So what I'll show you though is once I get off the Windows computer, if you just want to run it in Hive OS. So what I personally do is I have my Windows on an SSD drive, and then I have Hive OS on a USB drive. And when I'm not using this computer, I just boot into Hive OS, which is its own operating system, and it does everything manually, right? Pretty simple. Yeah, and essentially this is it. This is all I do with it. What I will show you though is I'll come over here to Hive OS, and I'm going to boot back into Hive OS and show you real quick how much easier it is on Hive OS to run this. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Bring you back over here and share my desktop here. Okay, so what I'll show you is, let me exit out of this over here. I'm going to reboot real quick, and I'm going to reboot into Hive OS. All right, what you're going to see is, I'll show you this. So this is Hive OS right here. Winter Soldier, it's offline right now. But what I'm going to do, is I'm going to open up my shell for Winter Soldier. And as soon as it logs in, I'll see over here on this computer, I'll just walk in and you can see I already locked in the core 200, memory 400, my power limit's 185%. And this is actually going to be CPU mining as well, because I've got this Ryzen 9 3900X in there. So I'm actually CPU mining Raptorium as well. So it's a twofer. All right, we should be logging in here in a second. And the entire farm, you can see I've got my entire farm here. All the cards minus my 6600 XTs that are in the garage that I need to throw up there. All right, so here we go. We're going to log in. All right. There we go. All right, so we are logging in on for the 3060 Ti. And you're going to start to see that immediately it's going to start going in on the algorithm. Okay, so we'll come over here to Winter Soldier, and here she is. So immediately, boom, right off the bat, we're already at 54. You can see right in here, we are at 54.7 souls at 183 watts. And that's it. I mean, this is it. You really don't have to do much. And if I need to go over here and check what my CPU is doing, here's the CPU mining running at its own hash rate. So, I can control from Hive OS, I can control everything, my entire rig from my phone, my iPad, a separate computer. You can see I'm on the Mac and this is running on the Windows. And that's it. Going through all of them, like I said, I've got, my main Ethereum rig is sitting right here, all 6 cards. I've got a Flux rig sitting over here. Another Ethereum rig. This is actually my son's computer running in his room. We've got the Winter Soldier one that, which is this 3060 Ti running off of the Ryzen CPU 3900X. Lastly, we've got the Thor rig, which is mining Raven coin. This is all my Raven coin. So it's a bunch of 3060 Ti's, a small little 1050 that I've had just laying around, and then one 3070 Ti. So, and this is it pretty much. This is how you mine. Everything goes into, into my wallets, and running Hive OS. There's tons of tutorials out there on how to use Hive OS. Very user friendly. In a nutshell, it's you log in, right? You create an account. I'll drop a referral link down below. That way you get, I think it'll give you $10 of funds. Now it is free for your first 3 rigs. And then rigs 4 and 5, as long as you mine to Hive, which is Hive OS's main pool, they're free. But after the 5th one, you have to start paying. So they'll give you $10. And then from there, it's pretty simple. The first thing you need to do is set up your wallets. So put in your wallets for all the coins that you mine. Then you need to create a flight sheet. And a flight sheet is essentially just the algorithm, right? So you can see, like when I come over here to Flux, the same flight sheet that we did in that DAT file, in the BAT file on Windows it's right here. We can see it's pretty user friendly. You're mining Flux to my Zelco wallet on minerpool.org. And then am I using Gminer, LOL, or MiniZ? And in this case here, MiniZ for me does have the they're just the higher hash rate. So, and you do that for all of them. And then when you're ready to go, you just hit the little spaceship and it runs the miner, and you can see it over here on the right-hand side. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the hardest part about mining is really just finding what your core clocks, your memory, your power limits and all that. But you always have a starting point, and there's, especially on the Discord, especially on YouTube, you can just see what other people are running it at and then tweak your own card to the best efficiency you can, because not all the time, not all the time will the highest hash rate be the prevailing one that you want to go with. If it's using double the power, as if you were just backing off 5 hash rate per second, you'd be in a better place. So hopefully this gives you some information. Hopefully it helps. If you have any questions, definitely, like I said, hit me up in Discord. I know a lot of the guys in the public Discord are really, really, interested in getting involved in, doing something like this. And it's pretty fun. For me, crypto is a really nice little thing of passive income. I make a pretty good, monthly return on my crypto earnings from mining and going from there. So with that, have a good evening, and I'll catch everybody tomorrow night on the Zoom call. Have a good one.